then, while he was talking about insurances, in my brain, the only thing that I had, was from my recent true crime adventures. There's like many cases where a couple or so will have a life insurance, like for example, like somebody will be married to a rich person, and then that somebody will make their partner get a life insurance, and then they end up killing them for the life insurance. It's always like calculated, and never trust somebody who wants you to get yourself a life insurance. Oh my god, like so many times it's a death flag. So many times it's the strat. And I told him, I said, okay, whatever, if you think these are necessary, that's fine. The only insurance that you can't get me to get is the life insurance, because I know that somebody will kill me if I get myself a life insurance. And then he was like really confused, and I had to explain him, and I went on a whole tangent about true crime and a specific case especially. I just like took it as an example, and I went on a rant, and I was, of course, like half joking, but at the same time pretty serious. I'm like, no, you can't get me. He's like, oh, yeah, no worries, you don't need it at the moment, but yeah, I don't want it. Even if I need it someday, I don't want it, because somebody will kill me. Somebody will murder me over my life insurance. You know how many people get killed over life insurances? There was this one case especially that I just watched very recently. Somebody like really targeted this one lady who was doing really well in life. Like she was working her way up. Within 2 months, like they start dating, and within 2 months of dating, he proposes to her, and she's like, well, okay, that's kind of fast, but okay, I guess, because my family is pressuring me anyway to marry, so And then they marry. Soon after that, they go to a national park, and he says, let's get off of the trail, the hiking trail. Let's go this way, because there's something special I'm gonna show you. And then he says, stand here, very close to the edge of the cliff. I love you so much. And I'll take a picture of you. And there's something special there. And if you go there, you'll see something special. And then he pushes her off, and she was pregnant. And he pushes her off a cliff that's like 11 floors high. Pretty much. And she broke like pretty much every body, every bone in her body. Yeah. She survived though because of the trees that caught her. And then the guy who pushed her down, he's like on the way outside of the... he's like leaving the national park with his car. And then he sees from the other side, the ambulance is coming through. And then he's like, oh. And then he turns back and like he follows the ambulance and all that into the hospital. And he's like, oh yeah, I lost her. And and this whole time he stays like 24/7. He stays in the room with her to make sure that she doesn't say anything. Every time his staff is like in the room, like a nurse or so, he'll be like the nicest, sweetest guy ever, have a big smile on his face. And once they leave and they're alone, he looks at her like in a really threatening way, like this. Yeah, and she was so scared to say anything. She still remembered, but she was so scared to say anything. Psychopath, absolute psychopath, but aiming for her, wealth and all that. So I'm so deep in the true crime rabbit hole. Save me!
Okay, but this is just divine, exquisite,